I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Matt Hanham. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm fantastic, man. How are you?
I'm excellent, my friend. It's a great pleasure to connect with you at this time. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Perth, Australia.
Okay. Oh, so it's your day,
yeah.
right? It's your day.
It is my day.
Yeah.
But day, night, doesn't matter. It's all the big world.
Yeah, love that. It's all a big world. Which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
Yeah, well, look, I'm an entrepreneur. I run a company called Visible, and we help sort of people amplify their business online. And I guess to eat my own dog food there, I started a podcast called the Amplify Your Business Podcast. And that's basically how we met, because you're on a quest to talk to 800 podcasters, I think, in the next few weeks.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Yeah, which is fascinating, isn't it? Well, yeah, so
it is.
I would love it to be all podcasters, but it's not going to. It's the time to connect to podcasters is taking a bit longer, but I think we will be possibly like 70% podcasters, which is great, I believe.
Yeah, that's awesome. Fantastic.
Yeah, well, I do have Matt now, so I mean, tell us a bit more about the podcast, please.
Yeah, well, basically, it's just conversations, not with just podcasters, but basically any business owners. I just like having great conversations with great people, and people can tell their stories. It can be a bit of a lonely place running your own business or doing your own thing, and it's I think I used to love just hearing other people's stories, so I'm just trying to bring those stories to as many people that want to listen.
Yeah, good man. How has the podcast impacted your life specifically?
I genuinely love it. I mean, it's great for business, but I really just enjoy talking to people, like I just said. So I just get to have conversations like this one that we're on right now. And it's just a great way for me to connect. I'm probably more of an introvert than an extrovert. And this is a pretty good introvert's way of sort of getting out there and meeting a lot more people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to listen to the podcast. I think it's really great. The conversation I listened to, you all were speaking about creating a better leader, right? Pretty amazing stuff going on there. Why will you continue to do that, to create in yourself a better leader?
Yeah, look, I think I've always just my entire life just wanted to continue to be a better person and a better leader. And it's just something that's, comes from the core deep inside me, and I just love doing it. So if these conversations are something that I can do to help bring that to more people, I think we're all leaders. Whether we're at the top of an organization or the bottom or wherever we sit in a family, I think we all have the ability to lead and influence. And I'd like to, think that we could do that as humans.
But tell me one other thing that you've done, Matt, consistently over the last 3 years.
Probably just innovate. I mean, I sit in a digital marketing space. It's super fast paced. And it just, you have to respond and move rapidly. And it's just taught me to really speed things up. What was awesome, 6 weeks ago might be completely the wrong sort of tactic today. So innovation is just massive, and over the last 3 years I've done that consistently, I think.
You said that and it called back a memory in my mind where I was talking to one guy, and he said when I think your own unique real statement, right? And he said people don't know what they're doing. And it speaks to what you're speaking to, in that the system itself is changing so drastically. To be able to stand and say this is the way it's done and this is the way you should do it it's kind of counteractive, isn't it?
It is, because it's already changed. And so if you're talking like you know everything, right?
Yeah.
If you're talking like you know everything, you're already done. You can't be standing still.
Exactly. So how does it make you feel? I mean, just doing what you're doing.
Yeah, no, look, I love it. I love learning and I love growth, and I think that's it's a great space to be in, because there is so much change. It makes me feel I'm not concerned for others, but just realize that there's so much going on that people aren't opening their eyes up to. It's a great time of change in our world, and I think it'll be for the better. It's just it'd be better if more people sort of open their eyes a bit quicker, because there's a lot of people that are heading for a world of hurt, I think, in business and life just generally. But I think it's an opportunity. I just think it needs to be looked at the right way.
Amazing audience, you're hearing it. We're live with Matt Hanham. Again, he is the podcast host of Amplify Your Business podcast. So Matt, let's switch gears for a moment now and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Matt, what is your earliest childhood memory?
Yeah, look, the thing that came to mind is actually sweeping a path in the backyard. I think I was 3 years old at the time. Yeah, so just a bit of a memory I've got, and there may even be a picture out there somewhere of something like that. And just probably about a third of the size of this broom, and I'm sweeping up the path.
So you're 3 years old. How do you see this memory connecting to who you are today?
Yeah, look, I don't know if it's just something that popped into mind about, whether I've seen an image or not, but I don't know, maybe it's just work ethic. And I do really pride myself on work ethic, and much like yourself out there trying to get 800 podcasts done quickly, I just like to, I like to set myself certain challenges, and work ethic's a big part of moving towards those sort of goals and challenges. So I think that's probably how that connects.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Sure.
I love the idea that you are sweeping a path, clearing it for others to travel, my friend. Even with the podcast, right? You're that guy that is setting up that for individuals to see. Two things. One, you can travel the path of an individual, and two, understand that the individual hasn't stopped, just like you, right? You're moving, you're sweeping. You don't stay in one spot and sweep. You have to move, right? Definitely have to move.
I love that. That's really cool. I'm going to bring that back up.
There we go. Well, if we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Yeah, I went through a bit of a grunge sort of phase at about 12, and started picking up some guitars and making plenty of noise, which I'm sure my parents loved. But probably Smells Like Teen Spirit, I guess, is one of the standouts. A band like Nirvana was pretty big for me at the time, as I was trying to hit my guitar very badly and make noise.
Love it. Well, Matt, we've arrived at our destination now, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready, Matt?
Yep.
Matt,
sure.
Have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yeah, look, my kids, obviously, someone I'd like to pass on my skills, but I'm just trying to share as much as I can. So anyone who wants to listen.
Are you married?
Yes, I am.
How many children do you have? 2.
A 5-year-old girl and a 3-year-old boy.
Well, there we go. Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do, definitely. And, a couple of different ones in different parts of life, and they can be very useful.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I wish. No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yeah, probably get 3 hours a week in.
And what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
It probably is about 8. I probably work an extra few hours than that, but I have a lot of, obviously, FaceTime with people, and it's not always in front of a screen. Yeah.
Matt, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents Matt Hanham, what would you say that is?
Yeah, well, look, we're on a mission with my business, Visible, to empower 2,000 people to amplify their business online, and I guess that's my unique statement. I just want to share that to the world and help people, grab what's going on in the digital landscape and sort of take that forward into a new world, which I think we're looking at now.
Where's the best place for someone to connect with you, Matt?
Yeah, they can just connect with me. They can check out my podcast, Amplify Your Business podcast. But you connect with me on LinkedIn, or basically go to Matt J Hanham across most of the socials, and you can catch me and talk to me there, and I will get back to you.
Love it. Well, Matt, this was a great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, look, I think people just need to sort of keep listening and learning. And then don't get caught in that, just go and do. And so just keep taking action. There's a lot of change in this world, but there's plenty of opportunity for all of us. And it just genuinely excites me, and I hope others can share that sentiment.
Love it. If you decide to sweep the dust and clear the path, do not sweep it under the mat.
I like that. It's well done.
Matt Hanham, this was a great pleasure. Thank you for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you so much, Angel. And look, good luck with your quest to get to 800. I know you'll get there. And it's been a great time chatting with you.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mounting pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.